Well, I don't know if you can hear the generator running in the background, but we are still on generator. After the absolutely refreshing rain that we had yesterday, along with a double rainbow last night, it's time to do a quick morning assessment of where we stand. We've lost quite a few trees. Yeah. And I was out in it. You can see where we've lost the trees. There's gaps in the tree line now. It looks like they all fell into the woods as opposed to out into the yard, which is good. But this storm, it was wild. I'm going to call it straight line winds. They were pretty tough. They were blowing me around pretty hard. If you look at all the Facebook folks, I've heard everything from tornadoes to hurricanes. It was a strong storm, and it came in fast and without much warning. We'd gotten, a couple of tingles. Of course, we were all under an extreme heat warning to begin with. And there were a couple of severe storm warnings that were posted during the day about, it looks kind of bad, about, potential for severe thunderstorms, but nothing, no emergency alerts, nothing like that, right? And I was just happened to be near a window when all of a sudden the sky went from perfectly fine, normal evening sky to pitch black. Things started hitting the windows with the wind whipping. So I threw my boots on and I ran outside to the barn with the intent of quite literally just closing the barn doors so that any rain that started would not be pouring into the barn. And that's a pretty normal event for us. Yeah, that's down too. Boy, oh boy. All right, we've got a broken tree here. But again, looks like it kind of went down into the woods instead of out into the fields, which is good. This is down. This is what I'm saying is, boy, oh boy. See how all these leaves are kind of facing? They're all pointed toward the fields, the hay field. Yeah, this is all down. The wind just came through that hard, that fast. And it just took stuff down. So anyway, I went down to the barn to get the barn taken care of. And just, again, close up the doors, right? Wait out the storm, and then we'll go and feed the animals. But I have the little chickens outside. Yeah, that's a big tree that came down in there. That's a mess. I mean, again, that's habitat, so there's not much we're going to do about it, but it's fully down. All these branches are down. Actually, I think this is fallen too, because this never used to be a tunnel. So we've got some cleanup to do. So I have those little chickens out. So yeah, this is down. Holy moly. I never used to have to duck to walk under these trees. Yeah. That stinks. I hate when we lose trees, especially healthy trees. I mean, this tree was perfectly fine. We've lost some stuff in this wood line because this used to be pretty deep wood line, and now it's big open field. But so I have the little chickens out. So I said, all right, let me get the little chickens up because I don't want them to get blown away. And that took a few minutes because it wasn't time for them to go up, and they were a little bit panicked with the weather and the wind and the thunder. So that was a bit of a concern. Got them up and then said, you know what? While I'm out here, it's still not rain. Well, was not raining hard, but the wind was whipping and it was clear that rain was going to come in. Let me get the big birds in, and then we'll just have the barn to do after the storm passes. So I'm running out here at the pond, and I'm trying to get the birds in, and they were also a bit panicked and of course not ready. This is bad. We were just back here the other day filming the guys, digging in the coop. So I was out here running around. I got all the chickens up, and thank goodness I did, because the entire top of this beautiful maple just snapped and came down. And it came down on where the chickens typically hang, which is here. So it is laying all over this fence. It looks like the fence is okay and intact, and I'll be able to let the birds out. Wow. Yeah, it's got the fence pretty well smushed and broken. There's going to be some repairs here that are needed to be done. You can see that? Yeah. It's pretty well. I mean, it's still, again, right now anyway, from this side, it looks like it's okay. I can't get through. It took out all of this. And it literally just snapped from the top. And I was standing here just a few seconds before as I was trying to round up the birds. I heard the crack and, obviously, thankfully moved, and thankfully had all the chickens and, turkey up, because that's their spot, right? Of course, now, it's funny, I had mentioned in a couple videos ago, and it was too hot to deal with. At that time, I was going to tell you all about, we have our woodlands assessment today, which I guess is good timing, because now we're going to have a laundry list of things that need to be done, because I'm sure that the woodlands themselves have cleanup that needs to happen. If this tree came down, this is a big, beautiful, healthy maple, and its entire top came down. Damn it. Ooh, sorry. I'm just disappointed. I hate when we lose our trees like that. So, I don't know. Can you see how bad it is yet? I'm going into the yard from the back end here, if I can dig it out from all the branches that have fallen. Oh, my goodness. It was actually hard to get in that way. So a lot of branch work down here, but a couple branches here and there don't bother me. This bothers me. And I'm trying to figure out if I can let the birds out or not. So here's the crack. Right there, that whole piece. Just twisted and snapped off. Wow. Yeah. So I was out here in this, and I was standing right there. Now, this was not a people killer log by any means, thankfully. And in fact, it probably wasn't even a bird killer, thankfully, because it did get hung and not fully fall, but it's a big branch. And it is all over the fence line. But it does appear that aside from one pole that has been bent entirely, and I don't know if you can see that. There you go. That pole should be sticking straight up toward the sky, not toward the ground. And of course, all the zip ties that are intended to break, and then it looks like the fence itself, of course, is designed to absorb this type of thing and be intact. Now it broke through. There's a giant hole in the fence now. All these snapped and pulled. So that stinks. There's a huge repair that's going to have to happen there. But the ground level which is double anyway, is intact. And the ground here, I mean, they're going to have a field day foraging. Looks like it's okay. So from a predator protection standpoint for the day, I think we're okay. And look at all these branches that were in the sky a few hours ago. So yeah, I'm going to probably get in a whole lot of trouble with Farm Hubby because we have arguments about this all the time, right? I firmly believe that if we can let the birds out, we should. He's going to be angry because his belief is, you know, leave them in and let us fix the fence first. And I understand that, except that, like, it's going to be hot again today. Sorry, I didn't mean for you to have to look at nothing but wall as I let the birds out. They're going to be hesitant to come out because of this. Yes. I have ducks on the chicken side, and I have a guinea on the duck side. Birds went up wherever I could get them up in this storm. I was saturated. It was a mess. And obviously we have some cleanup to do. But it's going to be too hot to leave them in the coop. If it were winter, I'd have no problem leaving them in the coop for the, you know, morning, the day. Oh, they're loud today. But I can't leave them in the coop on a day when it's going to get to be 90 plus degrees. So I'm bracing for the argument already. And yeah, we have a mess to clean up, and we lost a lot of our big, beautiful tree. And I got the forester coming today to tell us what a wonderful job we're doing in woodland management. So, all right, well, let me get the barn done, kind of finish the initial walk around. I'm obviously not going to go through the woods myself because it could still be pretty dangerous. We're still without power, and I expect to be without power. I told you these guys would love it. They're already instantaneously pecking at the trees and the leaves, so they'll have a blast with it, which, yeah, it's probably the only good thing that's coming out of this. Fence line repair is going to stink, and of course hauling all these branches away is going to stink. But everybody's okay. I got them all in before it happened, and I didn't get hurt, despite the fact that, again, my actions were not approved by Farm Hubby. And he's probably right. You know, here I am running around out here, and trees are falling down. But I wanted to get the birds up, and I got them up, and now they're all fine. They're all safe, and life is good. So let me go get the barn fed, and until next time, I got work to do. Bye for now.